I hope so. This game just starts with the murder of Larry. Wait, a device that employs I just hit press start to... This must be like a loading screen tip. Electrostatic fields, whatever. Are we just playing the game now? Does it literally just boot you straight into the game? Yeah, it does. Whoa.
Welcome to the CSI Crime Lab, Graveyard Shift. I'm Gil Grissom, and you must be the new intern. I know it's your first night, but we're short-handed and... Grissom. Yeah, Jim. We're just leaving. We've got a homicide. I know you've got good problem-solving skills or you wouldn't be here. You'll have to jump right in on this crime scene with me. John Webster said, "Death hath 1,000 doors to let out life." Let's find out which one our victim took.
Well said, Grissom. I like these random shots of
First
Las
officer,
Vegas.
Fill us in.
Let's see, manager got a call from a guest complaining about noise.
3-second
He checked it
FMV
out,
of the
found
Vegas
TV
Strip,
going pretty
cut
loud,
back to
and they see a
gameplay.
lady here who didn't exactly need it turned up. No signs of forced entry. Manager's name is Bert.
Let's turn this
Sustin.
down
He's
a
pretty
teeny
bent
bit
out of
more.
shape, but cooperative enough. You can question him if you want. Wish I had more for you.
It's a start, and the crime scene will have plenty to say.
Also, you can see
Probably a good idea to start early.
there's like a square around Grissom. He's been like composited into the scene with a square. This whole thing is pre-render. Like, you can look at the artifacting on him.
Look at that. There's some bruising on her neck. These marks strongly suggest she was strangled. Likely a violent killing.
Really just get thrown into it. It hasn't even been 2 minutes and we're investigating a
Perhaps
crime
there's more we
scene.
can learn.
Like, damn. There's not... Just nothing.
Our killer may be leaving us a message.
What the hell am I doing? It's okay, hang on. This menu is fucked up. Like, it's not... Okay, it doesn't work the way you think it does. Powder used to enhance fingerprints in smooth, polished surfaces. That won't work here. Diagnostic camera. Okay, here we go. Enhance fingerprints on non-polished surfaces.
We can't use that here.
We can't use that here. Saved. Reveals latent... Ah, there we go.
We can't use that here.
No, what? Are you kidding me? What do you mean we can't detect a fingerprint on a paper surface on this dollar bill? That would
Perhaps
totally
there's more.
work. Maybe some fluids? I really feel like we've been thrown into the deep end
We
here.
can't use that here.
Can't use that here.
We can't use that here.
Nope.
There's nothing special there.
Nope. Gotta be something more about this dollar bill, right? This isn't just...
There's no prints here.
The dollar bill counts as a smooth surface? There's no prints here. That time he said there's no prints.
We can't use that here.
As opposed to we can't use that here. Well, okay.
We can't use that here. Perhaps there's more we can learn. Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Pressing R just makes him say, perhaps there's more we can learn.
We can't use that here.
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
It's like the press A for Luigi button in Luigi's Mansion. We've got the press R for perhaps there's more we can learn.
We can't use that here. There's no prints here.
No, okay, that's just how that is. Well, I don't know. He definitely came in
Since
through the
TV
window.
was on, somebody probably used this recently. Maybe the killer. Let's find out.
Maybe the killer pressed the Chan button. How do I...
Perhaps there's more we can
Perhaps there's more we can learn. How do I... Obviously, we have to, like, use the items on this. Oh, here we go. You have to come up here, and then you can do it. Maybe this is a polished surface? Oh, hang on. Evidence has been added. Fingerprint found on remote. Yo, what's up, Gundam? You're just in time to not have to watch Leisure Suit Larry. We're done with it. We're playing crime scene investigation now.
This is an expensive bauble to leave behind. May rule out robbery as a likely motive.
HY.
There's no prints here. There's no prints here. We can't use that.
Is there like a... Oh, God. I'm just trying to understand all the controls right now, honestly. It's clear that the killer came in through the window.
Let's check that.
Clear
TV
to me,
for
at
prints,
least.
too. Hotel room like this, we may have to sort through dozens, but the right one may be waiting.
Does the TV count as a polished surface? Hang on. Apparently it's polished. Oh, right there. Want the...
Some kind of stain on the sink here. You should try to detect what it is.
I mean, the medicine cabinet's open.
A bloodstain pattern, trying to tell its story. Nice find. If there was a struggle here, then why no obvious blood on the Vic? We should swab it.
I don't know what kind of hotel this is, but I've seen enough YouTube videos about this to know that this shit just shows up. I don't really know that this could very easily be not related to the crime. I don't know if there's something more I was supposed to...
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Perhaps there's more we can learn. I don't know if that means anything. But perhaps there's more we can learn. Or not. It is like, I don't know what the detection
Perhaps there's
collection
more
thing
we can learn.
means. Like, can I collect a sample of that, or...
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Wait, hold up. Did I just see... No, I didn't see anything. Can you help me out here, Grissom?
We should talk to Doc Robbins at the morgue to see if he can confirm the cause of death. Make sure you've asked the coroner everything about the victim. He may find some extra trace evidence on the body.
Anything in the closet? Nope. Who's this guy?
Look, I know a girl died and it's a shame, but I got a business to run. Bird Sustin, I manage the hotel. What do you want to know? Showgirl on the strip? Nice enough, never made no trouble. Kind of a regular here, made a half-dozen visits over the past couple of weeks. No credit cards, strictly cash and carry, capiche? If she had company tonight, I don't know who. My business is minding my own business. We only give keys out to registered guests. My, patrons don't like to be dropped in on, catch my drift? And I got the only master key. No idea. First name was Kylie. Last, well, that kind of varied. Smith, Jones. Seems I remember her using a different name first time she filled out the check-in card. Sure, I figured you'd want to see it. There's an address on it, too. Now, do you mind?
The
Cops
pre-render
hanging
is
around,
good. I
they
like
are
that.
helpful for my business.
Perhaps there's more we can learn. Perhaps there's more we can learn.
I don't think he did it. No. How do we get to game settings? Oh, X game settings. Beginner, advanced, expert. What's it on right now? What? Oh, I see. It's just that. When this option is on, questions relating to specific evidence will automatically become available. With the option off, you will have to drag and drop evidence over characters to reveal the relevant questions. Evidence icons on the toolbar will receive a yellow... Wait. When this option is on, evidence icons in the toolbar will receive a yellow tag to indicate when no further analysis of the object is possible. Apparently, I mean, his name literally has sus in it. His name is literally Bert Sustin. So, like, I guess that does make him kind of sus. How do I get that thing in the bottom back up?
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Like zoom in and then you can still not see evidence. Well, neither of these have a yellow... Wait, what did it say? It said a yellow tag. I don't know if... I don't think either of these have yellow tags, but then again...
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
I don't know how to work this menu. How do we get to locations? Press Y. Press X. Okay. Items, trace, documents. This menu is fucking terrible. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's very unclear. Documents. A? No. L. Y? There we go. Filled out by Jenny Strickland with an address. Might be a fake name. How do I get to locations?
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Yeah, give me this game facts guide. I have no idea what the controls are. Tools / backspace. Case file defaults. Oh god. CSI interface assistance. The evidence trinity describes key linkages between the evidence. Maybe I don't have any wait. Oh, R trigger for location menu. So R is not just the perhaps there is more we can learn button. That's him denying me from going to the locations menu. That's what's happening there. Surely this is something. Like, look at this. It's weird that this screen, like if I'm just not highlighting the right part, or it's weird that this whole screen would exist for nothing. Ah, there we go. You have to specifically highlight this tiny little part of the entire screen in order to search this thing. All right.
We can't use that here.
You see any trace evidence?
Just a hair, right?
Just a hair.
Tiny
I
thing,
didn't
and yet
see that
so
at
very
all.
big.
That just looked
No,
like blur.
It is not the victim's hair color. Someone else was here, in close proximity to the deceased.
Let's collect the hair. We definitely want to collect that hair. Ah, X. Can I collect the $20 bill?
Try using a similar tool. In ancient Greece, families put a coin in the mouths of their late loved ones to pay the ferryman to cross the river Styx. Could be our killer is related to our victim.
Every single question is about the Xbox version and none of them got answers. I'm sure it's fine. This does seem like the kind of game where there's going to be a number of pixel hunts. And if you just don't hover over the correct pixel, then you're never going to like know what to do.
We should definitely have Greg take a look at this in the lab. Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Well, that's that. We got the fingerprints. Can I just like take this or something? There's
initials.
Yes, you
KY
could just take it.
engraved on it. This could help us establish Kylie's identity. Perhaps there's more.
Perhaps there's more we can learn. Well, I guess I didn't.
We can't use that here.
Adhesive specimen mount lifts powders from surfaces, lifts dust from difficult surf. Trace materials, makes molds.
We can't use.
I feel like it's gonna be a detection thing. Didn't I try everything?
We can't use that here. Deep bruising patterns suggest a ligature, sexual ritual, or premeditated murder.
All right, now I can go places. All right, we'll go to the morgue.
So, you're Grissom's latest victim, huh?
And
well, I'm
no,
in charge of the victims who aren't still walking around.
My mom used to
Albert
watch all
Robbins,
these shows,
I'll do my
CSI,
best to
Law
answer
and
your
Order.
questions. How our Vic died, what the murder weapon was, maybe even the deceased's identity. And remember, I'm dealing with trace evidence you weren't even aware of.
But never me.
So don't be a stranger. When you need information about the body, just ask. After death, a human body generally drops 2 degrees the first hour and another degree every hour after that, with a 4-hour give or take. Given the core temperature of the victim's liver and the ambient temp at the crime scene, I estimate she was killed between 11 and 11:30 p.m. Asphyxia due to strangulation. The hyoid bone, just under the bruising on her neck, was broken.
Ew. It's so fleshy.
Death, anyway.
So fleshy.
Found traces of skin under 3 of her nails. Not a lot, but enough to indicate she may have been trying to fight off her assailant.
All right,
You
DNA
can't take
test
it
the
with you.
skin.
Ran a rape kit, too. Sexual activity, but no sign of assault. There are petechiae in the victim's eyelids, tiny pinpoint hemorrhages caused when the blood backs up into the capillaries. But with an internal injury like this, you won't have much, if any, of the victim's blood at the scene. Any blood you find is more likely the killer's.
Any blood we find is more likely the killer's, and we've got a blood sample. Better get this
So
blood to
you're the
evidence
new pledge around the
analysis.
CSI frat house. How do you like the initiation so far? Look, I know what it's like to be thrown in the pool and told to swim. I'm here for you.
Yeah, Greg
Greg
Sanders.
Confidentially, I'm
They didn't
the guy
even
who
tell
keeps
me the
this party
controls.
hopping. Hey, you want to know the composition of unknown evidence from the field? You know who to call. You want me to run a DNA comparison on some samples? My pleasure. Just select the item you want me to analyze and drag it onto me. Don't be shy. You want me to compare a couple of items? Just give them to me. And if you want to use a computer or the microscope, just click on them and I'll tell you more. Now you know who really runs things.
Now you know who really runs things. This weird intonation.
Hey, good news. Found enough DNA
Ooh.
for a profile, but comparing it to another sample is
Oh yeah, right. They didn't invent 23andMe yet, so they don't just have everyone's DNA. Is that skin the same DNA as the blood?
With plenty of DNA for me to draw.
The answer is
comparisons.
yes. We already know the answer is yes.
Next to me, computer's your best buddy. It's hooked up to a number of search databases. Just drag the evidence onto either side of the computer and click search. To make comparisons, just drag evidence onto both sides and click compare. If you got anything, you'll find out right away.
Yeah, that's obviously the same.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork.
What?
Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you
No,
ask
that's
me to
what? There are
double-check
two
your work.
different. No, what? That's looking the same to me, Chief. Result found. What the fuck is going on? None of these are a match. Right? I'm just really confused. I don't know what this is. Searching and comparing evidence. Highlight search and press A to scan the appropriate database for potential matches and generate a set of search results. Note these results do not necessarily contain a match. Well, what happens when they don't? Drag a second piece of evidence. If you believe a match exists, press A for that's looking the same to me.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
Show me where the difference is. It's exactly the same. It's the same DNA. Okay, I guess.
Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence. Don't be afraid of the microscope. It's your friend too. Want to look at
I have a
something
feeling we're
under it?
going to be
Just
spending a
drag any
lot of
trace
time
evidence
very
onto either side of
confused
the
in this
lens.
lab.
To compare two things, drag the second item onto the other available slot. If you find a match, your evidence and case files will update. Sweet, huh?
Hair goes there. I don't really know. This is my only piece of hair. I don't... You know, let's go... Can we go to the... Yes, okay. Let's go to
Ms. Strickland? Jenny Strickland?
this
Yes.
apartment.
Gil Grissom, Las Vegas Crime Lab. My assistant and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Go ahead. Oh. Oh my god. Is it Karen? It's not Karen who got killed, is it?
It's
Maybe we
Karen,
can
I'm
answer
sorry
your
to
question,
say.
Ms. Strickland, if you'll tell us about Karen.
My best friend when I was in middle school, Karen Yardstrom. We took all our Christmas money and bought matching bracelets, inscribed our initials on them. Oh, wow. I haven't heard from Karen in years. She isn't the one who...
That's a strong possibility.
How terrible. Awful. Oh, we ran in different cliques, you know, in high school. Hers was kind of a rougher crowd, but I never dreamed. I'm sorry, Mr. Grissom. I need to go back inside now. I hope I've been helpful.
You have. Sorry to bring you such sad news, Miss Strickland. Let's talk to Brass in his office. Get him to track down Karen Yardstrom's real
Yo, what
address.
up, Nero? Is it? Wait, I wasn't actually paying attention to what she was talking about. Where do they want me to go?
That should do it for now.
That should do it for...
That should do it for now.
Shit.
That should do it
Shit,
for
I was
now.
reading Discord.
Come on in, and I'm glad to see you. We've been shorthanded on the night shift for too long. I'm Captain Jim Brass. Anything you need on the law enforcement side, I'm your new best friend. You want somebody brought in for questioning, need a warrant, an arrest? I'll make it happen. So what's up on the hotel killing? Yeah, I looked into our Vic's brilliant showbiz career, which consisted of one chorus line gig with a production that shut down a couple of weeks ago. Sure. Seems she lived in the Hamilton apartments. I'll send a unit to open it up for you. Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to talk to him again, you gotta come up with a good reason. Sheriff Mobley hates it when we harass the locals. It costs him votes.
I don't think I have a good reason.
Looks like Kylie kept things simple at home. Neat, orderly, almost compulsive. Sometimes a control freak away from home cuts loose, goes a little wild.
Hey, Kylie, it's your buddy Bert. Forget about me. Well, you ain't slipped my mind. Not when you owe me 3 bills for that TV you trashed. Oh, unless, of course, you can think up another way to...
Okay, yeah, the hotel owner did it. Hard confirmed.
Seems our hotel manager knew Kylie better than he was letting on. Let's bring this information to Brass. Receipts from different hotels, ordered chronologically.
I just like take this stuff. Cool, it's mine.
A prescription for interferon. It's used in treatment of Hep C infections. Dated yesterday. Kylie may have just found out about her condition.
Take that. Nice TV, by the way. It's, weirdly the wrong aspect ratio, but nice TV.
Hundreds of years, investigators
Oh my
have
god,
examined
it's Windows
correspondence and
XP.
address books for clues. Today, that means checking out a victim's PC.
The icons are very slightly different, I think. But like, look at this shit. Have you ever seen a Windows or computer? Let's see, what's in her recycling bin? You can't check that?
Her last scheduled meeting was at 10 p.m. with one Devin Rogers at our
Devin
hotel.
Rogers.
Possible suspect.
Maybe it was
We'll need to
Devin
talk to Brass
Rogers.
to find Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Need something? You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in. We appreciate you cooperating with us, Mr. Rogers.
Cut the BS. You have a warrant. What do you want? Kylie. Oh yeah, sure. The showgirl.
Yeah, this dude.
I know what you mean.
This
Know
dude
her?
either extremely did it
We were
or
just
is a
two
red herring.
friendly acquaintances. We'd get together, hang out.
I feel like this guy
party
has
alone.
to be red herring, because like,
Nice
come on,
kid,
look at this
sweet.
guy.
Not hard like some of the dancers. Everybody liked her.
Somebody didn't like her. She was murdered tonight.
Kylie? Oh no, not Kylie. What
Hey,
kind
this
of sick
guy, what
creep would
kind
hurt
of
a nice
sick
kid
creep would do that? Like you.
Wait a minute.
You stupid.
You're not-
Don't play
Now,
games.
you don't think I... No way. Never. I'm no saint, but I never killed no one. Check it out. Jeez, I don't really remember. You know how it is with social stuff. 2 weeks, maybe?
He's not looking at the cop, he's looking at
I
me.
got a few cuts and stuff.
I think
Since
technically
when is
we
that a
are a
crime?
person
It isn't. But it
in
might
the
prove that
universe.
you
Like we're
committed
not controlling Grissom. We are unnamed guy who got hired to work with Grissom.
There's nothing else I can tell you right now.
Let's see. Can we like present, what do we got? Present the meeting? No.
There's nothing else I can tell you right now.
You don't care? You don't care that you met with the whatever. I guess we maybe don't have what we need yet. Is $20 yours? Is this yours? It's going full Ace Attorney with it. How about this? All right, I think he's clean. We like get him. think that's all we can do for now.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to talk to him again, you gotta come up with a good reason. Sheriff Mobley hates it when we harass the local.
Well, I've got a good reason if I could just bring up the evidence thing, but okay, there we go. There's, dude, my reason's right here. Dude. Yeah, I don't know. If that's not enough for him, then I don't know.
You say this Rogers was...
There's nothing else I can tell you right now.
Apparently there's nothing else he can tell me right now. I don't know if there's more evidence to be found here. And, no, we're never gonna stream Ace Attorney. I've already played all those games. And Ace Attorney is not on the Xbox, so there.
Drag the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search screen of our lab computer and run a search. See what comes up.
Wait,
Drag
what?
the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search screen of our lab computer and run a search.
Drag the what would that do, huh? Are we getting a DNA sample from a screenshot? What's happening here? Are we gonna trace his IP? To the lab.
Hey.
Devin, the last person in our victim's date book.
I mean, we already brought the guy in. We know who he is. I'm just confused by this.
Let's file that in our suspicious folder.
He was arrested in 90 for theft, 94 for possession of narcotics, 96 for disturbance of the peace, indecent behavior, and possession of narcotics, and 02 for assault. Okay. Wait, why is this?
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me.
Why is this something we can search the fingerprints of? I maybe, hang on. Maybe if did I give him the fingerprints? I guess I didn't. L.
What you got there is a partial print. Tricky little things, partials. Not enough info to call up a rap sheet in the database. Best thing you can hope for is finding an existing print or rap sheet and compare the partial to it. I were you, I'd scan those prints into the computer over there and run a search.
That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, evidence sent to computer. Thank you.
The devil's in the details.
All right.
And it looks like we've implicated this devil.
We've got him at the scene because the fingerprint from the remote matched.
There's a clear difference between.
But the fingerprint
before you ask me for a confirmation.
Found on the TV is a different fingerprint. I don't know what that means, but where's that guy? Where's that guy? We've got him. X Jim.
Need something? Partial print places him at the scene. Nice. On its own, that might not cut it, but add that to his name popping up so prominently on the Vic schedule. Oh yeah. Consider the warrant issued.
Well, but the fact that our specific guy...
Yeah, the files tell an interesting story about her. Seems
It
she
places
reported a
him
stalker
in
just
that
6 months
room.
ago.
So,
I'd like to tell you we busted the bum, but I'd be lying. And my gut says it's no coincidence she's on a silver tray now. You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more
All right, okay, I won't lie to you. I saw her. Saw her tonight.
Where?
Hotel way down the strip. Champagne Hotel, I think. Well, I do now. And I ain't too happy about having to get myself checked either. What for? I got a right to know what you want it for, don't I?
What do you think we want it
I didn't kill
for?
her or anything. But why should I help you guys entrap me?
Mr. Rogers, the DNA sample can help clear you. We're trying to eliminate suspects from our list. We have a warrant, sir. You can give it to us, or we can take it.
Fine.
Our intern here is going to swab some epithelial cells from your mouth and take a hair sample with tweezers.
Ow. Take it easy. Couldn't you have been a bit gentler with that thing?
Alright. So now we've got that. Now we go back here.
Yes.
Evidence. Devin Rogers hair sample. Give it to
Check that out under
this
the
guy.
microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence.
This is like so... You have to... Is that the same hair?
They look identical.
Match found.
Strong likelihood our Mr. Rogers was in that hotel room around the time.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers' hair was found on the piece of string or whatever that was used to kill her. I think it was just Devin Rogers. I don't know how the other guy factors into this though. But that's pretty sus. How do I fucking... the interface is terrible. I'm gonna be complaining about this the entire game.
A DNA reference sample from Rogers. But the real story unfolds when I compare it against another sample.
I know, dude. Evidence sent to the computer. DNA. Devin Rogers. Sample from the coroner. That doesn't even look the same to me, huh? Okay, yeah. Skin samples under the fingerprints match Devin Rogers, even though that doesn't fucking look the same at all. But apparently this is what they consider a match. So, okay. I think Devin's cooked, dude.
You say this
They
Rogers...
definitely like fought or something.
Yeah, I can see that. She liked it rough. Clawed my arm just to get a rise.
Now, tell me if this sounds familiar, Mr. Rogers. The day Kylie returned from getting her sobering diagnosis, she did the right thing. She called anyone that she'd had sexual contact with. You asked to meet her at the hotel to talk about it, but your anger came out when she arrived. Kylie scratched you, defending herself, so you forcibly tied her to the bedpost and blindfolded her. The walls in that hotel are paper thin, so you turned up the volume on the television using the remote, which you then pitched to the floor. You tore a strip from the bedsheet, which was when a hair from your head fell into the folds. Then you wrapped the sheet around the woman's throat and finished her off. Your revenge taken, you left, but not before leaving a little tip.
Make up all the stories you want. They're bull. Start to finish. Find yourself some other sucker.
In your mind, that young woman killed you. So you killed her.
That ain't what happened. She was alive when I left her. I swear it.
We'll let a jury decide that, but the evidence says otherwise.
It never ends. You did a good job on this case. You found a suspect that meets the requirements for means, motive, and opportunity.
I mean, I think that was a red herring. There's still the open thread with
Now, let's do your evaluation.
With the hotel owner. Concept art. All right, well, there you go. I guess we go on to the next case now. Is there going to be like a game-wide arc to this, or did we just like, is that just it? I feel like the hotel owner probably did it. I don't know. I don't know that we got the right guy.
I need you to go investigate another crime. Sarah will meet you on the site and give you the details. She's one of our best. You can learn a lot from her.
Looks like somebody's been playing with matches.
What we seem to have here is a break-in and arson. According to his statement, Jason Gray, the homeowner, left his house around 11:30 p.m. to go for a run. He was gone for a little over an hour, came back to find his home office ablaze. Got the fire out, but lost most of his office gear, computer, desk, the works. We've already canvassed the neighborhood, but nobody saw anything or anybody suspicious. Wish I had more for you.
That's what we're here for, officer.
Oh yeah, and since someone asked like 20 minutes ago, yes, I have played LA Noire.
Sorry, we
it is okay.
I'm Sarah Saito. Glad you could come aboard CSI. It was getting kind of old being the new kid myself. Anyway, I hear good things about you. We're gonna pair up just fine. Every fire has its share of survivors. This is not one of them. If the perps were grabbing up Gray's papers before lighting them, we might find a survivor. Fingerprints. Too fragile to dust, but there's other ways to check for prints.
There's other ways to check for prints.
Try using a similar tool.
Apparently we don't, once again, we're not using the paper print check thing on the piece of paper. Or wait, no, this is it. I was using the wrong one. There we go. Sorry, CSI, for the accusation. We're good here. That's that.
There's a redial button. Maybe we should find out who the last person
The
was
Silent
on the
Hill
other end.
telephone. Look at the texture. It's crazy. The phone still works too.
Pleasant. Sounds like Ray keeps good company. Fire could have started here. House fires typically double in size every 30 seconds. Gray seems to have gotten to it pretty quickly. Looks like some burned wood scraps. We can't use that here. There's nothing special there. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Maybe we're just taking it.
You should process burned material like this for accelerants before you pick it up.
Process for accelerants. Visually enhances some fluids.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Hydrocarbons and most other accelerants fluoresce under
Of course, I knew
ultraviolet
that.
light. This is a good sample.
I knew that
for
about
you.
hydrocarbons. Now I can just take it.
It's colored and rounded. Definitely not window glass. We'll want to test for accelerants, things that started the fire. This looks like a typical burn pattern, lots of charred samples and residual gas in the air. We can't use that here.
Oh, I'm checking for accelerants.
We can't use that here.
Can't use that here? Check.
We can't use that. There's nothing...
Maybe it's too dirty. Gotta brush it off first.
We can't use that here. We can't use that.
Maybe I'm just taking it. Collection.
We can't use that.
Just grab it.
Try using a similar tool.
Similar tool. Oh, lift
we can't
dust
use that here.
No. Lift powders from surfaces.
Are you sure you haven't done this before? Little luck. Greg will tell us something useful from the sample. You should ask the owner, Mr. Gray, if he knows anyone who might have a grudge against him.
So no one even died. They were just investigating.
You should ask the owner, Mr. Gray,
like a fire that burned one corner of one room. This is kind of a step down. This isn't that important.
I'm Jason Gray. You the officers who wanted to speak with me?
We're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab, Mr. Gray. Criminalists. Sorry about your house. We just have a few questions.
Anything I can do to help. I hope there's some chance you can find whoever did this to me. Well, as I told the officer, I went out to get a little exercise.
And there is... That's like the later game parts of LA Noire. There's the whole arson unit thing.
But as I was walking home, I could see
you go investigate arsons. That's like the end game content.
Mentally, I mean. I rushed in and somehow managed to put the fire out, best I could. Well, I haven't taken a complete inventory, but obviously my computer, and with it, all my files and research, projects, client database. It'll take months to reconstruct.
It was not the well,
I should have kept backup disks.
We don't really know.
But damn hindsight.
They're just kind of like we did not accuse the hotel owner of the crime. We picked the other suspect.
Maliciously, you mean? No, I don't
and then they were
really.
just kind of like, well, you find a guy who might have done it. Anyway, on to the next case. Like they don't confirm whether or not that was correct, or like if it's even possible.
He's been stealing clients away for a long
if it's even
time.
possible to pick the wrong person or what. I guess that's the job of Law and Order. You know, the CSI Law and Order duology, or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like
several offices around town. I couldn't hazard a guess where.
You see what I mean, right? Like that's not our job. We're just here to pin crimes on people. It's up to the lawyers to sort that other shit out. Broken window.
We know the window's broken. What we need to know is how it got that way. Glass on the floor could mean the window was broken.
Yeah, window broken from the outside.
So our arsonist could have been standing just outside that window before the fun began.
Is there anything out here? What? Why is coming out here an option? Oh, there we go.
Does that look like a shoe print to you? Me neither. Cast it. Maybe Greg can give us a lab rat's eye view that'll tell us what the heck it is. We got an arson case and need some tests run.
Well, and it's a pleasure to see you too, Sarah. But I'm starting to feel like this relationship is kind of lopsided. I give, you take.
How about I make it up to you by giving you this evidence to analyze for us?
Somehow I don't think I'm making my point. So, you got a hot case, huh? Yeah, well, let's have a look.
Damn it, I had the evidence, no.
Well, what this
punished for being a
print.
speedrunner.
It may be a knee print, but I'm fresh out of knee print databases, so I can't do much with it at the moment.
Do I have much? Okay.
You're gonna love this. It's as simple as ABC. A, it's lighter fluid. B, it's not lighter fluid. It's from the fuel oil number 1 family. Or C, it's both.
Okay, well that's not gonna... We can't. Unless we can. Oh, we do. Wait. No, we don't. That's just a knee. That's just a knee. Oh, I get it. Hold up, I think I understand the game now. Yeah, there you go. It's James Ritchie. We already have this guy's print.
We have an APHIS match to James Ritchie, charged with insurance fraud 4 years ago. Case was dropped, however.
I'm starting to understand, I think. Can we get this
Any
dude to
breaks
bring
in the
James
arson?
Ritchie in now?
Well, let's pull him up. Seems Mr. Ritchie has a prior for insurance fraud. Promising. Charges were eventually dropped. But you know what they say, where there's smoke? His company has a few offices scattered around Vegas, but the downtown branch seems to be the HQ. I'd start there.
Heard about what happened to Gray. Shame. Happy to help. If you can keep it short. I have a meeting in 15 minutes. He's a competitor, just not much of one. We both manage companies that design commercial airplane prototypes, and his business has been in a tailspin for more than a year.
It's not my fault.
My fault his dissatisfied clients come looking for a home.
Says guy who definitely set fire to the other dude's house.
Why would I? He's barely on my radar. I would say, if anything, Gray feels threatened by yours truly. You know, he even
This dude's an
approached me
asshole.
begging to buy him out a couple of weeks back, as if I wanted what was left of his excuse for a company. I didn't threaten him. I laughed in his damn face. If you're fishing for those drug rumors, I won't be part of that. However I may feel about Gray, I don't intend to get involved in character assassination. Anyway, what a man does in his private life is his own concern.
Well, his fingerprints are at the
You
location.
can't seriously think I had anything to do with... Look, I'm not Jason Gray's biggest fan, but I don't go around burning houses down, even when I don't care for somebody. As for my whereabouts, you might check with the other 150 passengers on my flight. coming in from
Wait.
Chicago, Flight 157. So what? I have had dealings with Gray. We've exchanged our share of documents over the years. I have no criminal record. Those charges were dropped. This is still America, isn't it? I have nothing else to tell you.
All right, can we get like DNA sample from his piece of paper? No. From his pitcher of water? No. Okay, I think we're good here.
I can't tell you anything else.
Nope, he's got nothing. Wait, can I get a print of his knee? Hang on.
I have nothing else to
Can I get you to give me your knee, please? No.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Give me a second. Airline manifest confirms Ritchie was on that flight. Got in at 12:12.
Yes.
Brass has access to civil aviation.
I did that. You have nothing.
I have nothing else to
You have nothing.
I can't tell you.
You have nothing.
Brass has...
I guess it has to be some kind of evidence thing. But I don't really have any evidence. All of these have yellow tags, I think. Oh, Richie's rap sheet. Hang on. We can load that in.
I've done everything I can think of with that.
Or, no, I can't. Oh, I never did this.
That's wine bottle glass. I could have told you that back in my college days. What I couldn't have told you is the chemical composition's very similar to glass used in bottle factories. South American bottle factories. And I found traces of an accelerant from
Yo,
the
hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. South American. Where did that plane come from? Where did that plane come from?
Traces of accelerant. What you have here is lighter fluid.
I have nothing else to tell.
I think you have something else to tell me. Where was that? Hold up. Not this.
Hey.
What's up?
Where was that flight from? South American.
I can't tell you.
He definitely brought the wine bottle from wherever the plane was coming from, because he did that shit.
There's still a few things from Gray's office that need to be analyzed. Look around the desk area for rags, broken glass. You might find it helpful. Brass's act. There's still you.
Wait, what? Those both have. Is there anything else? When I turn the camera, you can see the stitch in the image. It's right here. I don't know if that comes through on stream, but there's like a little line of pixels. That's what that is. Oh, here we go. I somehow never came back here.
So maybe it's just a collectible, but the cap's been screwed off and it's empty. Anything that could have started this fire is important. Collect it.
This is the second case. The first case was a dead person in a hotel room.
Smells greasy. I don't imagine Mr. Gray was working on his car in here, do you? Ever hear of a Molotov cocktail? That's 1 part rag, 1 part bottle, and 1 part liquid accelerant. Could be what started this fire.
This is case number 2. I think I saw... I was, I was looking at the files for this game. Actually, something funny about the files of this game. The way it's the same copy of the game that has, you know, 5 different languages on it. English, French, Italian, German, Spanish. The way they do that is just by having 5 copies of the game on the disc. Like, straight up, the entire file structure of the game, minus some stuff, is just duplicated 5 times in 5 different directories. It's ridiculous. But I think based on that, I saw that this game might have kind of a lot of cases. Like, hold up, I still have this. How many are there? Yeah, there might be 10 cases.
Do I have to tell you it's a lighter? And that it once contained lighter fluid? What we have here is a rag containing the delicate bouquet of fuel oil number 1 family, an accelerant. But it's a popular rag with lots of other party guests. Dirt, grease, and a turbine oil used only in commercial aviation.
A turbine oil used in what the fuck? How?
One accelerant was jet fuel. And one more tasty tidbit for you? That rag's made of cotton fiber. And I'm not talking an old t-shirt here. It's exotic. One of 2 of almost 700 known cotton germplasms. One of which can only be found in Guatemala.
Okay, South American connection.
Of Ecuador. Rag, jet fuel, and a broken bottle. One Molotov cocktail coming right up. Or that is, apart. Now that I've compared it to the earlier sample, I can say without question, it was aviation jet fuel.
who the hell uses jet fuel to start a fire? That's ridiculous. Well, okay. Can we bring that guy in now? Or do you own an aircraft?
Well, strange as it may seem considering my business, I don't. My obsession is sailing. You've probably already learned that Gray has a pilot's license. I think I remember hearing he keeps a plane here in town.
Gray has a... Wait. Oh, is Gray framing himself? Or is he framing this guy? I think he's framing James Ritchie. Because his business is failing or something.
Kind of a keepsake I'd misplaced. Thanks for finding it. I can't tell you anything else right now.
What's up?
It's a weird plot twist here that the like business asshole is actually innocent.
Corporate Learjet Tango 146, registered to his company. Last place it was hangared was Henderson Executive Airport. See if it's still there.
And it came from Guatemala or Ecuador, probably.
Gray made a fuel
Yep,
purchase not
Ecuador.
long ago from the international
To
airport
Mr.
in
Jason
Quito,
Gray.
Ecuador.
Let's take this, thank you. Yeah, he totally did that shit. There's all the rags. Grab one of them. Yeah, it's over. It's over for Gray. Like 8 pieces of evidence implicating him here.
In there. Looks like our high-flying exec wasn't exactly candid with us about the state of his corporate affairs. We have a man seriously behind schedule here, facing a loss of a cool $1.5 million. That's what we CSIs call a motive.
Yeah, this dude was doing insurance fraud, Mr. Gray.
Tango 146. Gray's playing all right.
Alright, now we go to Gray. Now we roast his ass.
I can't tell.
Can't tell me anything else right now, never mind. How do we get him?
You guys are moving fast on this arson case. Got a new lead? Sounds like you only got part of the story. I want you to get both a motive and a link to whatever started the blaze before we
I've got all of the shit. Okay, fine. We'll go hand in all the crap to the evidence guy first.
So our hot case is heating up, and you need the Sanders touch.
Yes, Greg Sanders. I need the Sanders touch.
And Grissom just hates hunches.
You know what else Grissom hates? Slow lab work.
Alright. Yeah, we gotta match that.
Nothing new to report.
Rag
Nothing
from the
unusual about the
desk.
threads in this rag.
Rag from the hanger. Damn, it's the same rag. Who knew?
Hank.
We got, that's what we got, but we're good now. Now we can get him.
Guy torched his own house, huh? Well, let's bring him in for a chat. Maybe he's just burning to confess.
Mr. Gray, I think you know why you're here. We've gathered considerable evidence indicating that you lied to us about the fire at your home.
Cooperate. Make it easier on us, we'll make it easier on you.
I've told you everything I can think of. No intention on my part to be deceptive.
Alright, explain the South American wine and the South American cotton and the jet fuel. Literally, why do you use jet fuel for a like, come on, man. Like, use a fuel that anyone other than you has access to. Like,
that's a fine local winery. So what? What am I being accused of? Drinking and driving?
And he even owns the winery? Oh my god.
Are you joking? Of course I do. I own a plane and I'm active in the aviation industry.
This guy.
Jet fuel's good for killing weeds. Always keep a little in my back shed. I have a bunch of those rags. I don't know where I picked them up. There must be thousands of rags like that in Nevada.
There aren't.
What business is that of yours? My office is a charred ruin. I lose most of my key records and you're nosing into my
There
clients?
must be thousands of rags like that in Nevada. It's the special Ecuador
I can't
cotton.
tell you anything else right now.
He's got the special Ecuador cotton. How do I pin this shit on him? He did it. Evidence. All the evidence is used up. It's all got the yellow tag.
Need something? I have nothing.
You want to help
Not
me
really.
out?
Not right now.
No? Okay. Was there something I missed at the airport?
Not really.
Not really. Not right now. Like, that's okay. Maybe now we talk to Labman. Labman's already got all the evidence. There's nothing here. We already matched those.
Not really.
Not really. Not right now. How do we close it out? I know he did
See
it.
what he's got to... I can't tell you
I know you did it. It's really obvious. How do I get that to come out? Bro, this is your rag.
I can't tell you.
It just has to be. I'm not sure what they want me to do now. Was there some piece of evidence at Jason Gray's house that I missed? Is it like on the roof? I can't even go back there anymore. Oh, there's still the knee print. How can we confirm that that's his knee? The knee print is the outstanding piece of evidence.
Yeah?
What's up?
Can we, like... Yeah, there is no knee database.
Need something? Yeah.
I can't tell you
right now. I mean, maybe...
What's up? I've done everything. Can't think of much. I've done everything. Nothing new to... I've done it. Can't... I've done it. Can't think of much.
Saved successfully after I did that.
Can't think of much.
Oh, maybe it's just all saving
Can't think of
successfully.
much more to tell you about.
Well, I've tried to hand all of that into him.
Not really.
Well, this game does have a hint system, Angelo. That's the thing.
Not
Talking
really.
to her is supposed
Not
to be
right
the hint
now.
system, I think, but she just says not really, not right now. She's stopped dispensing the hints. We know this is a match. We already did that.
Yeah? Yeah.
I can't tell.
Is this your knee? Okay, used all the evidence on him and it doesn't do anything. This guy just wants to stand there. Can't, like,
I can't tell you.
highlight his knee specifically. You don't say anything.
What's up?
We gotta hand this guy some evidence. The rags match, dude. They match. How do I... I don't know. I might look this up. I have no idea. I feel like I've checked everything. I feel like there's gonna be something weird. Maybe that. I hope this isn't like an actual soft lock I've hit somehow by like skipping a piece of text. See, I can't go through this door or this door. This game does have some really small hitboxes you have to hit. Yeah, screw it, I'm looking this up. What? What do I have to do here? CSI crime scene investigation. Okay. Walk through. Light my fire. What? Huh? There was a question. Wine glass out. Glass out. Hang on. You know what it is? It's this. Look how small this hitbox is. Green is you can click on it. Look how small that hitbox is. Tiny little square right here where you can click. None of the other pattern on the floor here works, so you just figure it's about the boot, or it's about the knee print.
Says let the evidence tell the story.
But there, it's glass outside the window. That's the last piece of evidence we were missing. Now we can go get him.
What's up? Yeah.
I don't know.
We have all the evidence we need to make an arrest, Mr. Gray. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to make it easy for both of us. We can do this the hard way.
I guess
I don't
you're
think
right.
there. I think this is the
What's
only
the use?
CSI game that's on
You got the
Xbox.
goods
It's
on
just
me.
CSI.
You're right. I was way behind on that contract, looking right into the face of financial ruin. It had been building up over the last few weeks. The pressure. But it was spur of the moment. An impulse. I grabbed a rag and that bottle of jet fuel in the shed and smashed it on my office floor. You know, to suggest somebody pitched a Molotov cocktail. I added fuel to the fire, literally. Emptying my lighter on the desk, making sure to douse some letters on top, including one from James Ritchie. I put it out with the fire extinguisher I brought with me from the shed.
GameFAQs has a CSI double pack on Xbox.
So I busted out a window in the office. But even as I was doing it, I saw the pieces of glass tumbling onto the ground outside and realized I'd screwed up.
I don't think that
so
exists.
I went out and tossed them back in. That's everything, I think.
After all that lying, don't you feel better now?
Mr. Gray, we didn't secure your shed because it wasn't part of the original crime scene. Could we have your permission to check it now, to confirm your story?
You need me to do that?
A judge would give us a warrant easy enough, but you letting us skip that step would be another gold star in your cooperation
Yeah, I don't
column.
think that exists on
That's
Xbox.
what I'm trying to do. Cooperate. Go
I
ahead.
think
My
GameFAQs
house
is
your
wrong.
house.
Wait, how is this not over? Oh my god, we have to go to the shed now to
Gray's
find
story
the
sounds
jet
way
fuel
too
in the
strange.
shed. Gray's
Let's check the
story
salient
sounds
for
too
collaborating
strange. It
evidence
sounds
just to
completely
see.
correct to me.
Make sure you check the handle for prints before you touch it.
He literally admitted it. Like, what? We didn't even have to, like, press particularly hard. It's not like we just... Oh. So maybe this just is both games built into one.
Fingerprints are mostly moisture. They evaporate pretty quick in the dry air around here. Means these prints are recent. But looks like we've got two overlapping sets of recent
The
prints.
hell?
If one belongs to Gray, the computer may be able to separate them in the lab. Yuck, that's nasty. Definitely smells like gasoline.
Was it not him?
There's nothing... We can't use that.
Was it actually not him
Gray's
and he's just
confession is holding
bullshitting? I mean,
up.
yeah,
These are
there's...
obviously the wine bottles. Ecuadorian vintage, too.
I too store my wine collection next to my gasoline. Out in the shed. How do we do it?
Try
using a similar tool.
We can't use...
No.
Try using...
No. No.
We can't use...
No.
We can't use...
No. What tool is it? Are we
can't-
taking a plaster cast of this? Like...
We can't...
Mold?
Try using...
Try using a similar tool. I feel like it's this. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that before. It's... Okay. That's probably it for the shed.
You
Is it my charisma that... And surveys...
We've separated our twins, and both have survived. We've got two sets of prints now.
I mean, the business asshole does, Just says result found. What does that mean?
Sorry, that's not a match. Check the little details when you're doing the comparison.
Result found. And then nothing happens. Oh, here we go. You have to leave and come back. That's weird. Who the hell is this? Stan Gins? What?
Stan Gins? Wonder if Gray can tell us why he's got a drug dealer in his backyard.
Make me happy. Tell me Gray's confession checks
What?
out. Good call. Maybe he can tell us why Mr. Gray's confessing and lying at the same time.
Mr. Gins, there was a fire at the home of Jason Gray. You've been brought in for questioning on the matter.
We've done some business. What kind of business? That's between me and my client. But I don't know from fires, okay? Out and about. Little walk around the neighborhood. That's still legal, right? Why would I have been?
Because your prints were there. Because your prints were there. Damn it. Well, what's the quiz about? Is this, okay, yeah. Hold up. Does that mean that, they'll be doing their attempt tomorrow? Man, no results in yet. Okay, hang on. Quiz. We've prepared a quiz consisting of 80 questions spread across 8 categories. It's a PowerPoint. All of this resulted in fun but cringy quiz for you all to enjoy. Excellent. You will be tested on your reading skills. Here's some important things. 75 minutes long. Each question/round is 10. I mean, is this like a... It's not... You do a lot of trivia in general. I feel like I'm kind of okay. I feel like that's something that I could be pretty decent at, but I have done the last 2 weeks, so if I sit out this week, that's not the biggest deal on earth. Wait, I think I...
Yes?
Why not
Nothing new.
put that into the... Nothing new to report on a gas sample? Like, dude, you're the guy who would be reporting on our gas sample here.
Need something? Yeah.
You've been lying to us.
You see, Mr. Gray, when somebody confesses, trying to help and all, but mixes in a lot of bull, well, we get frustrated. And me personally, I get cranky when I get frustrated.
But we're willing to give you a chance to put us in a better mood. So let's play truth or dare. Just leave out the dare part.
Man, these cops are really lame.
Yeah, name rings a bell. Think maybe he lives in my neighborhood. Don't get to know your neighbors like in the old days.
Maybe you need a distinguishing characteristic of Mr. Gins to jog your memory. Like his being a convicted drug dealer, for instance?
And Mr. Gins is trying to be cooperative, too. He started by telling us you're one of his clients.
Well, like I said, he's a neighbor. I think he might have borrowed my mower or... Look, I really didn't want to have to get into this. I'm going to level with you. Really cooperate.
Semicolon.
Just remember, what I'm about to share with you could get me in hot water.
Just remember that what I'm about to share with you could get me into hot water, he says, directly to a cop.
Hot, so to speak. Stan Gins is my supplier. Lately, Gins had been showing up at strange hours, and he'd bring his low-life friends along. Partying at my place. It was just sickening. On the night of the fire, I made a decision. No more associating with scumbags like Stan Gins. So I fired him. He didn't take it very well. He was really PO'd, bent out of shape.
Shoutouts to
Plus, I'm sure
PO'd.
he was high at the time, which didn't help. While I was in my office, Gins must have gone to my shed, looking to see what kind of grief he could give me. There was a knock at the door, and I opened it. And damn if it wasn't Gins, glaring at me, brandishing a blazing Molotov cocktail he'd thrown together.
Can we get a knee print from
He was
Stan
out of
Gins
control.
to confirm
He threw
this?
the bottle, smashed
Is this
my
your
window to
knee,
fan the
bro?
flames, and took off. I ran out to my shed and grabbed the fire extinguisher. But then the wheels started turning. I could make the best of this bad situation if I rigged the scene to implicate Richie. I didn't want my drug problem exposed. And at the same time, I knew that if I implicated Gins, he'd kill me for sure. I'd be protecting myself and taking a competitor down with me at the same time. After the fire was out, I cleaned up the broken window, knowing I needed to make it look like a break-in to hide what had really happened. I tried to get all the bits of glass I could find and brush the dirt off before tossing them back into the office. And that's the whole sad, stupid, but true story. I tried to save my reputation. How am I doing so far?
Typo.
Well, both you and Gins will be going away all right. And you do have something in common. Neither one of you can hold on to his clients.
We should have another chat with our friendly neighborhood drug dealer.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Yeah.
Listen, you play with drugs, you get high. Play with fire, you get burned. No percentage in the latter. Hey, I said I was out catching some air. I may have walked by his house, but that's all.
You know, Gray might have covered for you once upon a time. But you try to burn somebody's house down, and the loyalty gets strained.
Going off on a good customer like that? You got a hot temper, Mr. Gins.
Go to hell.
Yeah, the whole game would be ruined if this guy just said, you know,
The guy thinks he's better than me. He said my
I'd like a lawyer. I won't be speaking to you.
I should have torched him, not his crib.
Everyone just
Smart
loves
mouth
to
looking down on
fucking
me.
talk
And him,
about stuff.
Degenerate doper.
Thank you, Mr. Gins. That's what we call a confession around our little store. And you know how nice it is having another satisfied customer? Looks like a solid arson case against Gins. As for the high-flying Mr. Gray, he'll come down to earth with obstruction of justice, arson, and insurance fraud charges. By the way, trainee, nice work out there.
Is it arson
Take
if
some
you
time
burned
to
your
throw
own
back a cold
thing?
one after work and
Like, I
relax.
get that that's
This
insurance
job can be
fraud,
hell on your personal life.
but like,
Now, go
if
see
you
Grissom.
own the
He wants
house,
to see you.
Sounds like you
like,
showed
it's
some
my
good
house,
instinct
I
out
can
there.
do whatever I want with
But
it.
before you let it go to your head, let's take a closer look at how you did.
Yes, it is arson. That's stupid. So they have a law in the books that you're not allowed to set your own stuff on fire. I mean, I don't know. I guess when you put it that way, but like, it's my house. You do whatever I want with it. It's insurance fraud, but any willful burning of any dwelling or residence is arson even if it's yours. That's stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna step away for a sec. I'll be right back, and then Garvey's beat is happening. Alright, I'm back. But like, I feel like, sorry to continue this discussion, but I feel like if you set your house on fire and the next guy's house catches on fire too as a result, now you're doing arson. Now you're burning down another guy's house. But if the fire is contained to your house, I don't know, man. I think that's just a stupid thing you shouldn't do, but I think it's dumb that that's illegal. And I love these, like...
Patrol Officer James Garvey has been murdered. As a new CSI, this is your first cop killing. Unfortunately, it's probably not your last.
I love the shots of Las Vegas. I wish we got more of those.
Apparently, Officer Garvey stopped to help a stranded motorist. Or someone pretending to be.
To serve and protect. And sometimes, this is the reward. We'll never have more important work to do.
Well, no, Gris, but there's a lot of things that are stupid ideas that aren't illegal.
I'm Nick Stokes.
I'm not gonna burn my house down. I don't even live in a house. I live in a tiny apartment. Like, I could never... First of all, I rent, so no. Secondly, the fire would not be contained in my own unit anyway. So I'm not saying I'm gonna do it.
32 caliber mag. Probably Garvey's own.
You're very unlikely to get charged with arson for burning your own house down unless it spreads or is insurance fraud. Okay.
Let's make sure there's nothing to...
Yeah, I hope your house doesn't burn down next week, Angelo, or it's gonna look really bad when they pull your search history. It's gonna be like Casey Anthony type shit. Just, do I go to jail if I burn my own house down?
All of the rounds are accounted for. I'd say it wasn't fired recently. Beaten over the head, 2 gunshot wounds to the chest. Man, somebody didn't want Officer Garvey walking away from this one.
Is that a POV, you are the bullet inside his chest? Were we just looking out the bullet hole there? What was that shot? Hang on. Can I see that again? I think there's a way for me to see that again.
The body and the patrol car aren't going to be here much longer, so we need to check them both. Like Gris said, fast, but careful.
CSI did it all the time? Oh, okay.
Severe head trauma like this, something heavy, something hard's probably the weapon. We'll cast to the wound. It'll help determine what caused it.
Cast the wound? Ew. They're just gonna, like, put plaster on that. Ew. I couldn't be a CSI. I don't want to do that.
Let's make sure we... There's no print. You better check it for...
Got other trace evidence. I haven't had to remove dirt from an object yet.
We can't use...
I'm just waiting for it. Just waiting for my time to come.
We can't use... There's nothing... There's no prints. We can't use... Let's make sure we got every...
I mean, can I take it now?
You better check it for trace...
Have I not checked it for trace evidence hard enough? Do we gotta magnify, zoom and enhance?
There's nothing
Nothing special.
We can't.
What am I missing?
There's no print.
There's no prints. Being extra careful. There are no prints anywhere.
There's nothing special. We can't use that here.
Is there a heat signature within the object? That would be weird.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
Not seeing any fluids. Maybe it's a different collection thing.
We can't. We can't.
Gonna lift some dust particles.
We can't. We can't. We can't.
Is there a powder on the surface?
We can't. You better check it for trace.
I've checked really hard, dude.
We can't. We can't.
This fucking crowbar. I'll come back to you. Is there any other evidence for me to look into?
They'll be towing this baby away soon, so we need to get to work fast. There could be something important in here. Peculiar stain. Wiped, maybe? Be nice to know what it is. Okay, Luminol says we got a blood stain. Tried to wipe it off, but like the man said, blood tells. This is another cop's ID. Jeffrey Deschamps. And check out the date of birth. Deschamps is a 72-year-old cop? I don't think so.
It's like a fake ID. He doesn't look 72 in the picture.
It's blank,
World's
but maybe
worst
Greg
fake
can get the
ID.
imprint
Just
off
in the
it.
picture, he's clearly 30. Are we good in there? We are not good in there, probably. This game needs like a... This game needs that kind of like system where you can have it highlight where on the screen there are things to interact with. Oh, I can leave now. Wait, what's the deal with the crowbar then? I can just leave without the crowbar? Or...
You better check it for
I definitely this crowbar. I have to do something. Try using a similar tool. Well,
we can't.
On. Okay, there we go. I was wondering if that was actually.
Someone could have been holding this tire iron as a weapon. At some point, this thread could have snagged on here if it brushed by their clothes.
There we go. Now it's time to go to the lab.
Forget something? Pretty recent. There's some early rigor mortis, I'd say no more than 3 or 4 hours ago. Pulling the scalp back revealed a basal skull fracture. Combined with conjunctival hemorrhaging, we have a forceful blow to the head. Hard, slender object, like an iron rod.
We're on case 3 now.
Well, I'd say it's a pretty good match to the skull fracture. Despite the power of the blow to the head, the officer was still alive. Unconscious maybe, but breathing. The 2 bullets in the chest put a stop to that. Both bullets entered through the chest. Stippling is consistent with being shot at
It's
close
10
to medium
cases.
range. One struck the left
It's
lung
10.
and lodged there. Other hit the left second rib.
Sorry,
deflected down to
apparently
the
this
stomach
game
into
is
the upper
actually 2
intestines.
games in
We
one.
recovered both rounds.
Apparently this was sold as 2 different games on PC, but then they mashed them together for the Xbox.
Yes?
Right, handing all the evidence to this dude.
So you figure this...
No, I don't second guess you.
Wise move.
Oh yeah?
We have a bore here. Casting no aspersions on present... The cast of the wound indicates something slim, tubular.
Yeah, it's the tire iron. It doesn't take a CSI investigator to piece that one together.
This ID isn't legit. It's a forgery. Pretty good one, too. I used an electrostatic detection apparatus to see if the previous page's message made a big impression. Sorta like I do. Here's what came up. Tropicana Avenue, car on roadside, needs assistance.
I think that's, yeah, this game has the Dark Motives cases in it actually, so we'll get to that under the skin. This game, I'm not really sure. It looks like they sold the first 5 cases of this as standalone on PC. And then Dark Motives, yeah, cases 6 through 10 are just the Dark Motives cases. Yeah, you are not the first person to bring that up, Frav. The dude on the right looks like that guy from Oblivion. He really does, with like the blonde faux hawk.
I really don't like where this is going. Officer Jeffrey Deschamps killed along the roadside helping a motorist with a flat 30 years ago. Unsolved. M.O.? Deja vu all over again. A tire iron. Pool of blood.
The same guy who killed someone 30 years ago?
A 44 Magnum. In the grass under the patrol car. Only upside, it's a lead. We should check the crime scene again. See if there's a... Looks like they towed the patrol car away.
Sure enough, there's just a gun sitting there that nobody noticed.
Could be 70s era. Serial numbers filed off. Gunpowder in the barrel. Mag short 3 rounds. 1 in the chamber. Probably fired recently. Twice. This is a staged crime scene.
A staged crime scene collection.
Hey.
I don't know how when they're towing the car away, they don't notice the gun just sitting there.
Here's the ballistics report on our late officer's wounds. This 44 mag's a perfect match. You have your murder weapon.
Now what? Maybe Jim?
What do you need, guys? Sure, I'll cross your T's and dot your comms for you.
Wait. What are we
Site
doing?
owner Jack Riley, apartment on Mountain Vista Street, crosses Tropicana.
What about this website, huh?
Close to our crime scene.
Did anyone mention a website before this? I just had him search a website.
Mr. Riley? Jack Riley?
That's me. What's up?
We're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about this shooting near your place.
Sutherland?
Probably about as much
What?
as you. Thanks to Sutherland. Maybe even a bit more, since you probably don't study classic unsolved murders like the Deschamps case.
Hold on. The hell is going on here? Yeah, this guy is probably the killer because he's like a true crime podcaster and you can never trust that type of guy. Someone named Sutherland claimed they did it. When did this happen? I didn't... Did I skip the text? Owns the web domain where Sutherland was posting messages? Did I look away for this part? But yeah, this guy is definitely Sutherland. He's a true crime nerd. He did the killing the same way it was done 30 years ago because he's epic.
Same as the other 4,000 some anonymous users who post at my site. Zippo. They don't use real names, you know? You know there is, if you're a CSI or squad. Unique IP addresses identify the computer he was using. But I got privacy issues here with my users. No warrant, no IP address. You probably already know I do if you checked your records. But you should also know I reported it stolen a few months back. Had a party and somebody got in my gun case and helped him or herself. As for suspects, I had 35 of my closest friends over. Listen, I don't mind cooperating, and I got nothing to hide, but I also know my rights. No warrant, no entry. I don't have anything else to tell you right now.
Cool, thanks, man.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Riley's hosting the website where somebody's bragging about this killing, plus Jackie Boy owns a gun that matches the murder weapon. Isn't a judge in town who won't let us check that apartment.
Alright. Now we've got a warrant, probably.
What a shock. Cop goes down, so does the Bill of Rights. Go ahead.
Brother, I have a
Go
warrant.
inside, for all the good it'll do ya.
Damn, Sutherland again. Sicko was at the crime scene before we
Crimechat.com.
went back and found the murder weapon.
Sutherland with a... Can you have an IP address that's... Hang on. I feel like these are... not... I feel like these are like, you know, those reserved ranges of addresses, starting with 100, starting with a 1. Posting some pictures of this master crime for you all to learn from. Notice the brilliance. Down to the murder weapon. Okay. These are all good except the top one. Starting with 100 is okay, huh? Okay. I'm not an IT gamer. It's been a hot minute since I had to know like the Class A IP address ranges and shit like that. We like scroll it down to see the pictures.
Caffeinated hacker fuel. He seems to have some brand loyalty. Condensation messes with the quality of prints we can lift. Don't know how useful these will be.
Hacker fuel. All real gamers drink hacker fuel.
This guy's into true crime heavy duty. Whoa. Here's
Whoa.
a book by Edwin H. Sutherland, late great criminologist.
Sutherland?
I don't have anything else.
Guy greets us with the warmth of a cobra, but check this out. It's like he's our biggest fan.
There's, I guess, nothing else to investigate about the can. It's just, for some reason, we can still see the can. And the books.
Nothing.
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 That's all he says. Well, maybe we're good here.
Yes.
That is clearly not a
You should be
match.
sure you've got a match before you ask me for confirmation. Those two aren't a match. Make sure.
Yes, Fraff. You sure do. Wait, now if I go here, do you think any of these... I don't think it would make sense if any of these matched. Oh, here we go. Wait. Why are James Garvey's fingerprints on the soda can?
Well, this is no shock. Our dead officer's prints are on his own weapon.
No, never mind. It got... Okay, never mind. I got it mixed up a bit. I've only got the one thread sample, right? So we don't really have anything. Don't really have anything there.
Can't think of much more.
Nothing interesting about any of that.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? We can track the computer he posted from. Computer Lab UNLV, classroom building complex, where they teach criminal justice. He's hoping we'll be teaching some
not
creep a
how that
class in
works.
real soon.
But okay.
Let's ask the magic screen. Oh yeah, graduate, 10 years back. Criminal justice major.
Professor Franklin? That you?
Nick? Nick Stokes? Well, look at you. I'd ask how you are, but that's obvious.
I thought you were still at Rice, sir. I didn't know you were at UNLV.
Class is out, Nick. You don't have to call me sir. Department here had an opening in theory reconstruction. How could I refuse?
Well, you wrote the book. Literally. You'd be a boon to any faculty.
Very kind of you to say, Nick. Especially since you're not fishing for a grade. This time. And I understood you to be working in Dallas. CSI Level 1. Problems?
No, I could have stayed, but it was time for a change. You know, the chance to work with Gil Grissom.
And to get out of the shadow of a certain Supreme Court justice also named Stokes?
Maybe just a little.
Have to envy you, my boy.
I feel like they're hinting at the plot of the TV show, and I just have no idea what they're talking about.
Premature fossil working the academia beat for 25 years.
Decent CSIs aren't that hard to come by. Now, great teachers, that's a rarity.
You do my self-esteem a world of good, Nick. But that's not why you dropped by, is it?
I wish. Thing is, we have a cop killing. And believe it or not, there's a link to the university. You could help by answering a few questions.
He was just added as a suspect. Maybe he did it.
Every lab on this floor is strictly for criminal justice students, and the computer lab is reserved for grad school level only. If you need to get in for further investigation, I can help. I have keys to the lab and the building itself. 24-hour access. A little surprised you'd have to ask that question. That was my first big success. I wrote the book about that great unsolved case. Do you need my help? This one, right here. Earlier in the day, I couldn't say, but I just met with a student, John Laskin, going over some coursework.
John Laskin?
And he was on that machine.
not to tell you how to do your work, but dusting for prints would be rather pointless, with all the traffic in here. Laskin has been digging into various unsolved crimes. Promising student, bright.
Yeah, it's John Laskin.
I believe he lives on campus. Surely your department has access to the university's housing database. Tracking him down should be child's play.
Somebody's not so good at cleaning up after themselves.
We'll get the John
But more
Laskin
importantly,
fingerprints off
we've
this
now found
too.
the same
Well, it
man
is
of Sun
hacker
in both the
fuel.
computer lab and Riley's apartment.
It is hacker fuel, so maybe it's the guy. Hang on.
It might be hard to get good prints from a can.
These prints are totally gonna match.
Need something? No problem. Mr. Laskin is a criminal justice
It's not just that it's the same soda brand, but that is obviously part of
Lives
it.
on
But
campus.
it's the same fingerprints. It's gonna be the same prints.
Oh yeah, we'll...
Now this is something. You know, studying this stuff is one thing. Books, abstract theory, famous cases. But this, a real interrogation
Fucking
room,
dork.
real
You killed
CSIs.
that guy.
Real murder. You want to help?
Absolutely. Interrogate away. Hey, it sounds dry, but it's fascinating stuff.
The red line,
Longitudinal study of criminal investigators and
I think is
pathologists
a,
who worked long-term
I think
on
it's
unsolved
like,
cases.
I think it's around the edge of where the dude in the back is being composited into the scene. I think that's what that red line is. I'm not sure why it's there, some kind of bug, but that little lines like that have been showing up throughout the game.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Unsolved for 30 years, you know. Can't imagine chasing a case for that long. I log on now and then, but like any chat room, it's just people BSing. I got mounds of coursework, plus I'm a TA, you know, supervising labs. Not much free time. Monitoring a midterm. Intro to corrections, 30 undergrads. Hey,
Intro to
does this mean I'm a
corrections?
suspect? Cool. I mean, since I
What?
didn't do it, cool. This is like field research. No. Why?
Oh wait, it's the red
Threads or
thread
something?
from the, yeah, this dude, like, obviously
Sure,
did it.
No problem, but just be careful. I'm just a guy scratching by on a partial scholarship. Don't have much of a clothes budget.
He's such like a,
Sorry, I w-
like a true crime fanboy that he wants to do the crime because he's obsessed. Explain how else the thread is on the tire iron at the scene of the crime. No, nobody stole this man's sweater. That's not what happened. He fucking did it because he's like a true crime weeb.
Using the
Yep.
email from Brass, Sutherland is chatting again.
Oh.
Every cop in town's heading over to UNLV try and catch him in the act, including you guys.
Wait, but I gotta check the thread
Go
first. Evidence sent to microscope. Bam, and bam. Wait, it's different. Oh shit, it's not John Laskin.
Similar, but
Wait,
not exactly
no.
the same. Greg's opinion's what we should trust.
What? Match found. It'll look the same to me.
Damn. Well, he was here. and We're here now.
There's
So
not
let's
like a
process this
record of
place
who
like a crime
logged
scene.
on to the computers, or like a security camera out front or something.
I think I saw a sweater there. I think I saw a...
Wait, there's a sweater.
Like the
Another
last weekend's,
sweater.
but older. Let's process this baby for evidence.
Wait, is
and
it
get it
the
over to
fucking detective? Or is it the, like the, cause it's older. Hang on. It's gonna be
We can't use
the,
that. We can't use that.
this is obviously gonna be the teacher. Yeah. No, it's the teacher, cause he's got an old one. I think. I don't know.
Little white flakes. Probably dandruff from the owner. We can't use that here.
Wait, no, give me the dandruff. What? Do I have to... Oh, I have to zoom back in again. It's gonna be... Where is it? There we go. Can we, like, get a thread?
We can't use that.
Thread sample? There we go. Just take the whole... Just take the whole sweater, sure.
Try having Greg...
Yeah, let's get Greg to do some stuff.
What's up? I'll warm up the thermocycler to amplify the...
Yep, amplify the DNA. Do that for me. The loudest DNA. Go. Here's gonna be our proper match. Yeah.
Now this sample does match the thread on the tire iron. Find the guy who used to be inside the sweater. You got yourself a link to the crime scene.
Now we come in here, we DNA, we check the flakes, we hit the search button. None of these are matches.
You don't quite have a match.
I mean, I'm checking anyway, because I don't get it. I think last time there was a match, it was like weird. I'm just gonna check this anyway, but... Oh.
Not quite a... You don't... You should...
Yeah, okay. So it's not just gonna match to anyone who's in the database. We need another sample. We've also got that.
Not quite a match.
They are not the same. That's just bringing up garbage again. Alright, well, I have no idea what's going on in this case now.
What's up?
Holy shit. Sample of DNA from John Laskin.
He was supervising an exam.
Oh. Alright, well, it wasn't John Laskin then.
We got plenty on him for a warrant. Go to his place and get your sample. Yeah, just because this guy was Nick's teacher doesn't give him a pass. Go back out to that school and see what his DNA teaches us.
Yeah, hang on. Who...
So it's not enough you make me aid and abet you guys invading my website visitors' privacy. You gotta invade the inside of my mouth too? I'm a grad. Starts and ends there.
Wait.
Well, sure. Anybody with an alumni card does.
Okay, yeah, he went to the school. No, it's this guy. It's clearly this guy. He's the owner of the old...
Alright, I'm gonna tell you what happened. All you have to do is nod when I'm finished. You have an interest in forensics and started this chat room. Of course, you're hip that posting things from your own computer, well, that'd be easy to track. You want to post something anonymously, you go to another one, say, a computer on campus. You know your way around there, blend in easy enough, pick a machine away from any others in use, and get off on posting photos of crimes, like the murder you just committed.
Well, look, they keep adding more evidence,
Are
ID.
you high? I didn't kill that cop. You can't think that I'd do something like that. I'm into solving crimes, not committing them.
Maybe you wanted to go up against the big boys.
Oh, please. Give me a break.
No, it was
Kill
definitely
anyone,
the
but I
professor.
would never kill anybody. Those Sutherland postings, those aren't mine.
Really? Don't you have access to the college computer lab?
No, my alumni card doesn't take me that far. I would need a computer account. It's extra. Check it out, you'll see. Quit guessing. Stick to the facts. That's what CSIs do, right?
Cracking a simple university login. That's what hackers do, right? You're a computer guy. By the way, don't leave town. You're still a suspect.
Yeah, you're probably right, Chris. You're probably right, Chris. Fucking, okay.
Need something?
No. Well, we've got a DNA sample. Not
Something
here. No, you don't matter anymore. Lab. DNA sample from Jack Riley. Now we put this here, we put this here. Are they a match? No, they're
I
not.
compared Riley's DNA to the dandruff flake.
Riley is not the guy.
not
It's
your
the
guy.
it's the professor. It's literally just the professor. We just ruled everyone else out. How do I get him?
Just what I read in the news. My phone has been ringing off the hook. Reporters asking me to comment due to my expertise with the Deschamps case. Is that why you're here? For what reason? Surely I'm not a suspect in your investigation.
Oh, surely I'm not a suspect in your investigation.
We're back to sir.
Oh, of course not, sir.
And what if I said you need a warrant to perform that affront?
I'd say we do have a warrant.
Well, I was just making sure you weren't getting sloppy, Nick. You know, taking advantage
Yeah,
of
he's sounding increasingly angry.
Hey, go right ahead.
He mad.
Well, in my office.
Can anyone substantiate that? A teaching assistant, maybe?
No.
He mad. Okay. Back to the lab.
Hey.
Gotta go through like the 800 button presses you have to do to get this DNA to match. DNA from the flake, DNA from the swab,
DNA
match.
the dandruff
This
sample.
guy,
Looks like the next class, Frank.
his DNA is on the sweater, the sweater fiber is at the scene of the crime. He did that shit. Simple.
Need something? The prof's DNA matches the
There you
dandruff
go.
on the sweater. Sweater fiber matches the thread snagged on the tire iron. No more playing hooky from justice for this creep. Let's get him.
Finally, I'm being asked to consult.
Oh
on
my
this
god,
case.
everyone's got boxes
An
now.
expert and all. Frankly, I'd expected you to call sooner, but I'm happy to help you now.
Sure. Consult with us on this cop killing. Consider the evidence.
Which all points in your direction, Professor.
I believe that's mine. Getting a little long in the tooth, but then who among us
I don't know
isn't?
why.
Throw it away if you
I don't know
like.
why it's doing
Go
that.
back
Like, this is a
instead.
real
Whatever
Xbox. It must be something about, like,
the
put the
Deschamps
component
case.
video out.
A true classic in the annals of unsolved crimes. I'm the great expert on the case, and even I couldn't come up with a solution. Not a single worthwhile clue was found. The proverbial
I feel like everyone's
crime.
really hyping up, like, oh, that's the case of the century. A cop was shot in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't find who did it. It's like, well, I mean, you know, this isn't... It's not that interesting of a case.
Oh, certainly not. No fiber was found at the Deschamps crime scene.
Not at the Deschamps crime scene, but at the Garvey crime scene, sir, there was. On the tire iron.
Young man, you don't need to call me sir. I appreciate the respect, but we're professionals here. Feel free to call me Edwin.
Edwin? As in Edwin Sutherland?
You must be new in the field if you don't recognize me, young man. Edwin Sutherland, the most acclaimed criminologist of all time. But then, aren't you a student of that pathetic, isolated old academic? That miserable failure, Professor Franklin.
Wait, the professor... Wait, what? Hang on. I'm getting... Are there two professors in this case? Hang on. Professor Franklin. Who the fuck is this then? Who am I talking to? Wait, what? Wasn't he just talking about himself? You are Professor Franklin. I'm really confused now.
Oh, this officer who was killed recently. You'd like me to consult on the case? I must admit I've been giving it some thought.
Why don't you share those thoughts with us, Professor Sutherland?
Glad to, young man. You see, this homicide is quite similar to the classic.
Is this like a
killing.
multiple personality thing,
Your
or
mentor, Professor Franklin did some respectable research on that case for a man of such average capabilities and limited intellect? Or did he? You see, your perpetrator was recreating the Deschamps murder, undoubtedly. The killer would have faked a flat tire and waited for help to come. It would only take a few minutes. Even in this tawdry day and age, the police serve and protect. The killer would have allowed the officer to draw close in order to take a good hard swing at him. But apparently he didn't notice a tiny thread snagging on the tire iron, the incriminating clue. When he was down, he finished him with a couple of quick rounds to the chest. Fast, relatively painless. The clues from the Deschamps case, of course, had to be replicated. The killer left a bit of blood near the body, crudely symbolic pig's blood. Gun under the car, a few pages off the notepad. I made sure this was clear by publishing my findings on that quaint crimechat.com. But one must wonder how he would have so intimately known the details surrounding the original crime.
Yeah, maybe because he's the expert who wrote the book. Maybe
Nick? Nick? Seeing you.
This is this is weird.
It's like seeing my own ghost. My own long-lost conscience.
Something you want to get off your chest, Professor?
I just can't live with it anymore. My entire career, built on one great lie. I was just starting out, wanting to make a name for myself, but you must understand, it was theoretical.
What was, Professor?
Killing that officer.
Garvey?
Deschamps. I wanted to see a crime from the inside out.
Wait, so he did it 30 years ago? I thought he would be too young for that or something.
It was motiveless. Or at least the motive was so obscure that... Anyway, I did it. All those years ago.
You killed Officer Deschamps and built your reputation as an expert on a crime you committed yourself. And now you've done it again. What, try and recapture some of that old glory?
Yes.
My real Miami Mutilator hours in here.
Please. I couldn't help myself.
Hotline Miami 2 mentioned.
Please, do something. Make sure I never do anything like this again. Help me.
Professor, we'll see what we can do.
I just reviewed the notes on your last case. Franklin apparently was racked with guilt, and the Sutherland subpersonality evolved to help resolve it. But it was your skills that bridged their gap and exposed Franklin for who he really was. Good job. Now let's evaluate your performance for this case.
That's just confusing. Like, what? Apparently I got an 84% on that. I did a good job. Alrighty, well, here's the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for today. That was the first 3 cases. This game has 10 cases in it. I do wonder if case 6 is gonna be short, because like right now we're doing the cases from the original CSI, but after case 5 we're gonna get into like the expansion pack cases or the sequel cases or whatever it is. So I wonder if case 6 will be like case 1 tier complexity again. I don't know, but these aren't too long. They're kind of short. Yeah, I'll do that, producer. You paid for the corn literally when I was gonna stop streaming in like 5 minutes. Sorry, but I'll put it up for you tomorrow. Anyway, that'll be that though.